Hello, welcome to my poster. My name is Mbakla Singongwek, and I'm pleased to present our work titled Suboptimal Analytical Performance of a Commercial Culture Kit for the Detection of Urogenital Mycoplasma and the Phenotypic Resistant Profile amongst reproductive age women in Cameroon. As a brief background, urogenital infections or colonization with Mycoplasma hominis and Uroplasma urolithicum are significant public health concerns. These have been linked to adverse reproductive tract and neonatal health outcomes. In low and middle income countries, especially those in Africa, there is an urgent need for diagnostic tests that actually meets the WHO assured criteria for diagnostic tests. That is to say that tests that are affordable, sensitive, specific, easy to use, especially at point of care. Our study aimed at evaluating one of such widely available commercial point of care tests, precisely the IES culture kit for Mycoplasma hominis and Uroplasma urolithicum, comparing it to a reference standard molecular diagnostic method. For methodology, we enrolled a total of 73 reproductive age women and collected two endocervical samples per participant. Following manufacturer instructions, we tested the samples for the presence of Mycoplasma hominis and Uroplasma urolithicum on the culture kit and on the gold standard molecular test. The results were quite striking. For the analytical performance for Mycoplasma hominis, the kit showed a moderate sensitivity of about 89%, but the specificity was quite low at 78%. This means it was good at finding true positives, but unfortunately had concerning low numbers of false positives. Looking at Uroplasma urolithicum, the performance was critically poor. While sensitivity was moderate at 87%, the specificity was devastatingly low at 2.9%. Essentially, this diagnostic test could not reliably distinguish between positive and a false positive for Uroplasma urolithicum. Beyond the diagnostics, the kit equally provides the antimicrobial resistant profile of these pathogens. For those that were correctly identified, we observed an alarming rate of resistance reaching up to 100% resistance to multiple first line and second line antibiotic classes. This severely limits available and effective treatment options for infected women and children, compounding even the diagnostic challenge. So, what does this all mean? Firstly, we can conclude that the IES culture kit, especially for the detection of Uroplasma urolithicum, has an unacceptably low specificity. Relying on it in a frontline setting could lead to misdiagnosis and unnecessary antibiotic treatment. Secondly, the high prevalence of antimicrobial resistance we detected creates a perfect storm. That is to say that poor diagnosis that leads to inappropriate antibiotic use that further increases the problem of antimicrobial resistance. Based on this information, our findings lead us to two critical call for actions. The first being that there is a need for research and development into new and highly specific diagnostic tests that are really truly fit for purpose in frontline settings in low and middle income countries, especially in Africa. Secondly, we must implement a robust antimicrobial stewardship program to curb the growing burden of antimicrobial resistance, especially for reproductive tract infections. As a take home message, improving women's reproductive health in settings like Cameroon requires a dual approach. First of all, better diagnostics and smarter antibiotic use. With that, we thank all our study participants and the staffs of all participating institutions. For more information, please feel free to contact us via our email address, and thank you for your keen attention.